Hey everyone, and welcome to the Week 6 review, Week 7 preview. Tonight on Joel, goddammit, a Saturday night. I don't care that it's after midnight. We're talking Saturday Central Time. Coming to you live, Saturday Central Time.
Neither of us are living in.
I don't care. You're close enough. You're closer than I am. We're taking it. We're taking it. I don't care. Saturday Central Time. Joel Gibson, as always. I'm the commissioner, a.k.a. Mr. Modest, a.k.a. Buzzsaw, a.k.a. Mr. Continued Undefeated, the champion, the one and only me. Okay. So, Joel Gibson, this week in scheduling, and I think I've already addressed this alternating game, ending it on a Saturday. I don't care about the rest day for the tournament or whatever. Next week, each team playing 2 games unless you're in the tournament. Then you get 3 at the end of the week or whatever if you win. It's so... I don't know. We need to get scheduling figured out so it's even across the board throughout the weeks, or at least as even as possible. Because, as we'll get into when we review next week, there's going to be some discrepancies in matchups, and it's not going to be a fair comparison. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into last week. First one, number 8, Doug, against Mr. Modest, 5-0. Joel Gibson, am I 6-0?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes. Now, Doug was super injured. I was super injured. It was just one of those things where we were alternating every day, significant advantages. It was up and down. He put up a good fight for not having Ball, for not having Simons, for not having... good Lord. He didn't have Tillman for a while. He had a ton of injuries, too. So... credit to Doug. At the end of the day, my team came through. That's basically all I have to say about this one.
Yeah. I thought that Doug held on to a couple players maybe that he didn't need to, particularly Tillman, and that he might have been able to take advantage of you in your weakened state. But you got it done. And if I were him, I also might not have wasted my waiver money when I was so beat up. It's kind of a tough call.
Yeah, he also added McDaniels, who is injured for the next few weeks as well. So not only did he waste waiver money, he spent it on a person that's out additional weeks. So I don't know if Doug is just kind of saying, I'm not going to make playoffs, I'm going to be a bottom team, I'm just going to get wrecked in the first round. I don't know what he is planning, but I do know that Doug always has a plan. One thing about Doug. Next matchup is number 2, Phil, against number 3, Steven. Now, this was our matchup of the week. Phil took care of business. Phil is a serious contender. If we have not said so before, his only loss this year came to Doug, and it was because he set the faulty lineup. That being said, Phil's going to move to 5-1. Steven loses his second game in a row. Tough schedule for Steven, who had to play me and then Phil back-to-back. Steven's team's still pretty solid, but, man, Phil just gave it to him.
Yeah, Phil has Luka, and anytime Luka is cooking like us tonight, it's just tough. The only other guy that's like him in the league is, Jokic, who's a totally different kind of player, but young.
And on another level as well.
I would agree with that.
Excellent. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, Luka tonight was fantastic without Kyrie. Poor Steven just had 2 brutal weeks back-to-back. That's unfortunate.
For sure. Good win for, what's his name?
For Phil. The one that beat you. Do you remember the people that beat you? Because I tell you what, when I beat you next week, you'll remember me, damn it.
I have circled on my calendar.
Excellent. Next matchup, we have Joel winning against CJ now. Joel got off to the hot lead, and CJ did keep it close. It was a little nerve-wracking there towards the end, especially with Kyrie sitting. Caruso went down. Jay Rich went down. But good news for Joel Gibson. Zion did play a back-to-back. So, holy shit, if you had that on your bingo card, congratulations.
I did have that on my bingo card. He was just revving the engine up. He wanted to show you what he's made of for next week. Halliburton just kind of decided to take it easy today because he knew we were up enough, and he wanted to make sure he was in the right place. He's been proving it all season. Zion had to prove it a different way. Anyways, good week from CJ, but he got in the way of a train, and we just fucking trucked him. So
you won by one category. You didn't.
But we won by the categories that we won in were significant.
Yeah, I mean 4 steals. That one double. Well, no, CJ won that category. Never mind.
Basically 100 2-pointers made. Field goal percentage isn't a monster win, but it wasn't. It was most likely going to be my win this week. But a good week from CJ. He's got some heavy firepower up there.
Yeah, unfortunately, CJ's going to fall to 2-4 here, which we're in the same position we were in last season, Joel, where we hyped up CJ, and somehow he's 2-4. Like, there's no way looking at this team that at the beginning of the season, we're in the same boat we were in last season, where he has a 33% win rate right now. That is insane. I would have never guessed it, is what I'm saying.
Well, Harden's only been back for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So I predict now that he has Harden in the fold that he'll start seeing more wins.
Yeah, especially when he gets back to divisional play as well. You moved to 4-2. There are only 3 teams that have a record that are over 500 right now, and you're one of them, so congratulations. Next matchup, we have Neiman losing to Jake. And Joel, I want you to look at this score, and do you think that an Embiid 30-point triple-double wins this matchup? Yes, it fucking does. Neiman sat the win this week against Jake on Monday. He might as well not even have bothered this week because he sat the win on Monday. Unbelievable. I don't care about, it's a new week. Yeah, Mondays mean new week. How many years has Neiman been in the league, Joel Gibson? Quite a few of them. And let me tell you, new weeks begin on Monday. That's the way it's always been. There's been no changes. And his excuse literally in the messenger was, oh shit, it's a new week. No shit, dog. Like, I don't know how you even defend that.
It's a new day. We set we set lineups every day.
Yeah, I would just check in every day. Every single day, I would just check to make sure my lineup is set up. Doesn't matter, new week, nothing. Just check to be sure. Neiman, tomorrow I want you to wake up and check to make sure that your lineup is set for Sunday, okay? Just be sure that it's set.
Do you know how many blocks Embiid had that game?
How many?
I don't know, but I'm just wondering because he's only down by 2 blocks, so that may have been the swing in 3 categories.
And it could have been the swing in 4 categories if Embiid had 2 threes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm certain he had 2 threes that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is absolutely no way that he didn't sit the win here. There's no way to slice it. He lost it on Monday. Day 1. He saw Phil lose the matchup on a Wednesday, and he goes, hold my beer. I'm going to lose it on a Monday. Absolutely unbelievable. And then Embiid went and sat the next game anyway. Just such poetic justice. Neiman falls to 3-3, still has a 500 record, which is insane to me. Jake moves to 2-4. 2 wins for Jake. Congratulations.
But it sounds like Edwards got hurt.
Yes, indeed.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
But good win for Jake.
Next matchup, we have yet another upset, Joel Gibson. The week of upsets. Cody loses to Adam. Adam with only one win. Now he has 2 wins. And Cody falls to 3-3. Just insane. The mirrors, except Cody, he actually set his lineups the whole time. So, well, let's differentiate that at least there.
Yeah, unbelievable, really.
Just an ice cold week from Cody. Ice cold.
Yeah. I would have predicted after Cody beat me last week that there was no way this was going to happen, but he got Cam Thomas back this week. He got CJ McCollum back this week. He had a decent week from Bobby Portis. I guess there was just enough firepower this week that Adam got it done.
Insane, and I love it because now it's caused absolute chaos at the bottom. Last matchup, we have Matt getting his first win in a week he had to win, Joel Gibson. Matt gets his first win, and now, based on how these games turned out this week, Matt is very much in the playoff discussion. And I'll tell you why once we get into next week. But it's another Kyle matchup, so okay.
Yeah, Kyle's team has just been disappointing.
Yeah, Beal, just booty. Beal booty. That's it. CP3's been an issue. You drafted the 2 best players in the draft. We'll see because Scoot hasn't necessarily been all hot to trot, but he was injured and now he's back. We'll give him some time. He's a point guard. NBA rookie point guards are always really bad. We get it. Totally get it. Wemby looks great, though.
Yeah, Wemby looks awesome. Did you know that Jordan Hawkins is like number 10 or number 11 in most made threes in the league?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That is wild.
Well, the problem is he's going to have trouble finding minutes now that Murphy's back and McCollum's back. Like, there's not going to be a ton to go around, especially with how good Murphy looked. He looked like he didn't miss a step. 22 minutes, 4 threes, 18 points, 60%. Holy shit, bro. And I have him at $3. It's awesome.
Man. Well, Dyson Daniels has been pretty good, too. I'm pretty sure people are here to hear about.
With that being said, we'll get right into next week, and it's the main event, game of the week, and the champs matchup. Number 1, Mr. Modest, 6-0, against number 4, Joel Gibson. Number 4, Joel Gibson, one of only 4 teams. I think I said 3 earlier. It's actually 4 teams that actually have a record better than 500. Joel, I have you down there at the bottom only because Phil beat you, and until proven otherwise, Steven's only 2 losses have come to myself and Phil, where your second loss came to Cody, who is outside the top 4. So that's why I have it ranked that way. That being said, I don't know, man. Honestly, I want to say I'm going to beat you 100%, no problem. We continue on the track to the perfect season. I'm extremely worried about Bam. We got Book back today. Hero we might get back. But my problem is, going back to the scheduling issue, each team only has 2 games except a certain number of teams. And so that's going to change things up. Like, you have Halliburton, who's going to have an extra game. You have Zion, who's going to have an extra game. I have Ingram and Murphy, but that's definitely not Halliburton and Zion. I do have Booker, who might have an extra game if he actually plays. The fact that he came back is so huge for my chances. I'm away, and I love Joker getting the TD in this matchup because he's averaging about 2 a week. So I'm going to pick myself, but it's going to be a serious competition. I think the ads are going to be huge. Which categories each other target from day to day is going to be huge. Injuries are going to be huge. Like, if I don't have Bam, it's going to be a problem. As far as double-doubles go, that's going to play a big part. I'm going to pick myself, but I'm not going to say, like, yeah, I'm not my confident self in this aspect.
You should not be, because I'm coming fucking ass.
Okay. That would really help in the power rankings if you do that.
Yeah, so I was actually going to ask, where will that put me if I kick your ass this week?
If you beat me this week, well, it definitely moves you above Steven. It won't move you above me only because
I still have one more loss than you in that instance.
Right. And Phil, if he wins this week, will also only have one loss. So you'll move up one spot. You'll be top 3 if you pull off this win. But it'll put you back in contention for that one spot. You'll only be one game behind the 2 teams with one loss.
Ooh, that's sweet music to my ears. I am going to pick me.
What?
I know. Very unlike me. But I think the Bam injury is a real issue for you. I don't know if you're willing to give up on the Ben Simmons project yet for an in-season game. I don't know if you're going to see Hero this week. And even if Devin Booker came back today, I don't know that he's going to play all of his games this week.
But it might be for the in-season trophy. Look out.
That's true.
They do have something to play for. I thought they were going to sit him today, honestly, to save him for the in-season. So the fact I told you, I think we were texting about it, the fact that he came back today gives me extreme confidence in Booker for next week. Now, Freddie's been ice cold. I have other shooter problems on my team. But I think it's going to be really interesting, the dynamics this week. I just don't like every team having 2 games. They're all going to happen like on the same day. The scheduling is horrible. I can't stand it because I think there's going to be a lot of discrepancies in the scheduling. But like I said, either way, it's going to be a good matchup. I wish you luck, but hopefully my undefeated season keeps going. Joel, refresh my memory. Who has won the last 4 matchups we've played? Just out of curiosity.
I would like to say it's me.
It's not. It's me. just for the record, the last 4 matchups in a row. So this will be my 5th matchup in a row if I can beat you. I just wanted to save that little nugget for the end, just as a little sauce on it,
I can't wait to bring this winning streak of yours to.
I just seem to keep winning, Joel. The winning just never stops. It's been insane.
It's not going to continue this week.
Next matchup, we have number 3, Steven, who's 4-2. Neiman is 3-3. Both of these teams on a losing streak. Neiman forgetting to set his lineups. This is a monster game for playoff implications, for power ranking implications. Believe it or not, Neiman, who is 3-3, is actually number 5 in the power rankings. 500 gets you number 5. And you might be asking, wait, where's Cody? Neiman actually has the tiebreaker with Cody. So Cody is number 6 now after losing to Adam. So Neiman can actually thank Adam a little bit, even though I think Jake beat Adam this season. I should have looked this up, and I apologize. I think Jake beat Adam for his first win this season, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very interesting dynamic at the bottom. I'm going to take Steven in this matchup, if only because I'm shocked that Neiman lost to Jake. So I don't know how to explain that. So I'm just going to pick Steven, the number 3 team, and move on.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Steven as well. Although I'll say one advantage Neiman has is a red-hot Terry Rozier while LaMelo Ball is out. So
I know.
We'll see. But honestly, Neiman has some very, very droppable guys on his roster, and that's really the difference probably between whether he gets to win or not.
Yeah, we talked about it, and I'm not afraid to say it. On his IR, I think there might be $40 of wasted money on his IR. I agree. And you made the point. It wasn't even me that thought about it. I knew KPJ was on there, but he should have been dropped as soon as the Rockets dropped him. And I'm just straight saying it. We've been hinting at it. This is week 7. We're almost halfway through the season, and you haven't even heard KPJ's name anywhere. Why? Because he's not coming back to the NBA. It's done. It's all done.
If he were on waivers right now, no one would go pick him up.
Yeah, so at the very least, Neiman, if you want to put him on your roster, just drop him and then add him back for $1 and then put him on your IR. If he means that much to you, if you love this man so much, save $20 in cap space and at least give yourself an opportunity for growth in the future. Because I tell you right now, he is not your answer. For growth, for points, for any kind of category, he's getting you zeros. I tell you what, the Kobe ad, like 4 years ago from CJ at the end of the season or whatever, literally meant more than you having KPJ on your team. Drop him, please.
Yeah, whatever Chinese league or Euro league he ends up in, those stats do not count.
They don't count. Next matchup, we have number 8, CJ, against number 2, Phil. I almost, if Phil had the same record as me, I would have put Phil higher in the power rankings than me this week because he plays CJ at home. He's a little bit better matchup than me playing Joel on the road. So just keep that in mind as far as the power rankings go. CJ at 2 and 4, there are 5 teams at 2 and 4 right now. And so that's what I was alluding to earlier. 5 teams at 2 and 4, Matt at the bottom. So 6 teams are below 500, essentially. 6 teams are below 500, and 8 teams get into the playoffs. So 2 of these teams are going to get in. I'm going to take Phil to win this matchup. I think Luka keeps cooking. CJ is playing better. I would feel better about his team. I would feel better because he's in the West, especially closing out the season. He'll be able to pick up some wins late, which I think will be huge for the playoffs. But I still think Phil gets this win.
Phil's team is really solid. Is Jamal Murray like just back and playing, or did he just sit one game?
He sat one game. He is back and playing. I don't know if he tweaked it or what. I imagine that we'll know a lot more after their first game this week. Like if he's back playing in what's a meaningless regular season game this week, quote unquote, I think he'll be fine. I would be worried if he sat out another game, though, because that means he might have tweaked something.
Yeah, if he's down Murray and Porzingis, I think CJ might have enough firepower to take advantage. But I am going to pick Phil because he's been cooking with the sauce lately.
Absolutely, and until we're proven wrong, I mean, his only loss has been a fluke loss to Doug because he literally had to sit a full boat. Had a full boat discounted. Next matchup, I have number 7, Jake Joel Gibson. Jake is number 7 over CJ because he has the tiebreaker over CJ. He beat CJ and then he beat Neiman. So we were talking about that earlier. Jake got his first win against CJ. See, I did look it up. It was just further down the notepad, Joel Gibson. Dang it. Jake at number 12, Matt. This is a huge matchup, if only because Matt again needs to win this week. He's still battling for 2 more weeks without Ja. If he can get back up into that 2-win category it'll make it, at least it should make him feel a lot better about his playoff chances, especially when you've got 6 teams down with only 2 or less wins. I'm going to take Jake on the road here. Jake's hot. He's firing. He beat Neiman. I didn't think that was going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy, like with Bam out, with Hero out. Is Jimmy just going to explode for Matt? I don't know. And now for me, I'm also looking at Valanciunas as well for Matt because everyone's back for the Pelicans now. So where does Val fit in this rotation, if at all? Yeah, I'm going to take Jake on the road here. I'm riding the hot hand. Let's go, Jake.
I really want to pick Jake, but honestly, the only injury that it looks like Matt has is Olynyk and LeVert. Lillard's been playing better. You mentioned the Butler factor this week. Mitchell is kind of due for a big week or two. I'm going to pick Matt because his top is pretty good.
Yeah, the crazy part is Matt has been healthy, except for Ja. Like, if you look back, he's been healthy. Which is nuts because as soon as Ja comes back, like the wheels are gonna fall off someone. I don't know which one it's gonna be. I don't know if they shut down Mitchell towards the end of the season because they're gonna trade him, or if they trade him. I have no idea what's gonna happen. If Lillard, just the wheels fall off, if Jimmy's like, nah, fuck this, I'm exhausted. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen, but that would be Matt's luck. He's been fairly healthy, and then Ja actually comes back, and then just injuries kill him.
That sounds like sweet music.
Next matchup is Adam at Doug. Doug remain close to me, and I don't know if it's because I had so many injuries, but so did Doug. Doug's playing men down as well. Miles Bridges is continuing to prove to be worth the $10, especially with Ball out. Like, it's insane. If for no other reason, Miles Bridges is the perfect player for specifically Doug to have on his team. Because if Ball gets injured, it just continues to raise that ceiling. If I were Doug, I'd be very interested in Rozier. I'm not trying to hook up a trade or anything. I'm just saying I'd be interested in Rozier, especially long term, because then you can use those 3 and kind of build that core out. It's just a thought. Doug has plenty of cap space. So does Neiman, for that matter. Especially if he dropped KPJ. I'm going to take Adam, though, here. I think Doug's just too beat up, and Adam beat Cody last week, so he can put up a line. I think that Doug's injuries are just too much, and Adam wins.
I'm also going to pick up on... I'm going to pick Adam, but I'm a little nervous about the Zach LaVine injury. I think he will need him to pull it out. Although, it looks like that's really the only big injury he has. Okay, yeah, I'm picking Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Doug's literally playing, playing at least. He has at least one man down for sure. He has McDaniels on his team still. Simons and then Ball, I think, are the 2 on his IR. So anybody else with an injury is another man down that he's playing. He also, I think, has a rookie that he can't play either because he has 18 players.
Jalen Johnson has...
Jalen Johnson. That's the other one. Yep.
Tyrese Maxey has a flag, and he has Tillman, who's just really not worth holding all the time that he did.
Yeah, especially because they have Mo Bamba as well. Or not Mo Bamba, Biyombo. Mo Bamba. Oh, God.
You have on your team.
Last matchup is Kyle, number 11, also 2-4, at Cody, number 6, 3-3. to round out that top 6 of 500 or better. I think Cody rebounds against Kyle here. There's not a lot to say about it. I don't know what happened to Cody's team last week, but good Lord, I didn't expect him to lose, and his team's better than that.
His team is better than that, and he's going to bounce back. I feel very confident.
All right, well, that's it. Everybody enjoy the in-season tournament or whatever. Write your letters to the NBA about this bullshit scheduling and stuff. Of course, that has to be the week that I play Joel, so he's going to wind up with a 36-player advantage or something against me. And so I'm just going to be sitting there all week, like, just like shaking my feet, because I'm so pissed off. But it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everybody will be fine. Sorry for running long this week. We are over 30 minutes now, Joel. We really went in this week. On literally week 7, like, I don't know, shitfest. Although if we hadn't done 5 minutes on Neiman dropping Kevin Porter Jr., we'd be just fine right now. So that being said, good luck, everybody. Have a good week. And hopefully I'm 7-0 next weekend. Oh, Joe shook his head. You all saw he nodded. We're going to watch the replay. I said 7-0. Joe nodded. He is rooting for me. Yes. Goodbye, guys.